So whenever I take a long break from content creation, what it means is that I am overwhelmed with a lot of job orders. In the past 3 days, I've gotten 3 job orders, and all of them I promised to deliver over the weekend. And so today, or yesterday and today, I took time to finish this one, and then I have 2 more to go. Now, the challenge for me is that I'm the only person running this, and I know that once I start scaling up, it's going to be very overwhelming. And so I'll be needing safety professionals who are data analysts to join my team, so that whenever these jobs come, you would actually take charge of the data cleaning and preparation and everything. And then you even start off building the wireframe and all of that, and start doing the calculation. And I will just review it and approve it. So definitely I'll be needing someone on my team. And that person must be a data professional who is also a safety professional. And so this also points to the fact that safety professionals must position themselves as data analysts, because that's the whole fact. In fact, this dashboard you see right here, this is a safety observation visit performance dashboard. Now, this is not the usual observation, reporting type of dashboard where you simply submit a card, and for that reason we try to do analysis based on the number of submissions and how many categories of observations and what is the total observations and how many observations are open and no, this is quite different. This one, every observation that is submitted is considered as a visit, because the form is used only when the senior managers visit the site, and so it is called safety observation visit. And so the visit that they embark on, they are going to identify a lot of observations within that form. The observations themselves become the records, but the visit itself is a unique activity. So I'm supposed to now show the visit per person against a target, so that we're able to ascertain whether they are indeed achieving the 100% target, because according to the user, every month the managers must embark on 2 visits. And so 2 visits monthly multiplied by 12 makes 24 visits. And so 24 visits every year. So that means that I need to have a system where every year the number of visits sort of becomes cumulative. So 24 visits in the first year times 2, that makes 48 visits, times 2, that makes 72 visits. And it goes on like that, right? Oh, my math is correct. Anyway, that's just by the way, because I see 72 here. And what that means is that if I click on, 2026, then it's 24 exactly. And then if I click on 2026 and 2027, then it becomes no, actually I'm supposed to allow multiple selection. So that means I'm not even done with this template. But just before we even get into trying to tweak the final bits and pieces of it, this is what the dashboard looks like. We have all the observations that have been achieved, the visit that have been achieved by some managers. And the interesting thing is that the client is saying that the visit is done by 2 people. So there's the observer 1 and then the observer 2. And so observer 1 will have his own target. Observer 2 also have his own target. And that's exactly what we have here. So the first observers, right? Observer 1 will have their score, which is the number of visits they've carried out against the target. And then observer 2, the same thing, because they go in pair, right? And then we have the observer 1 score count. I'm supposed to change it to count. It used to be there as score, overall score, and he asked me to change it to count. So I'll be doing that. In fact, I'll be doing that right now as we get onto the back end of this template. So here are all count of observations submitted. So I'll be doing that very soon. And then there is a visit that was embarked on and the number of observations that were submitted and all of that. And then this is according to clients. Okay, so let me just go back to the original file. Okay, this is a file itself, and then I'll show you the form also. So I'll show you how I built this template. Okay, so whilst this file loads, let's have a look at the Excel sheet. All right, so this is an observation form that is like a visit type of form, right? So this information is quite sensitive, so let me quickly move on to the form itself. So this is how the form is structured. This form is built with macros, so it's a VBA coding that has been done. In fact, this was done by a colleague of mine. Freedom actually did this VBA form for me, and everything looks fantastic. Okay, so basically the plant, the observer 1, employee who was observed, the work activity, the observer 2, the department, the date, the shift, the employee's position, and all of that. And then you provide as many details as you can over here. And then once you're done, you simply click on submit. So as you can see, it's right there as no observation to transfer because there's nothing in there. But once you provide the observation and we click on submit, then it's going to load over here. And so we have some data set that'll be populating over here for each submission. And this submission is actually considered as one unique activity. That's the visit. Okay, so let me just close this one for now. And so the task was that I am supposed to connect to a folder, right? So this is the folder, and the folder has quite a number of observations in there that have been submitted. So if I look within the the files, right, you're gonna see the submission is there, and this one is for 2026, right? And then we have some as well. It continues. So I tried to simulate it with some submissions that have been provided, and so these are the submissions. And the idea is that every time these forms are submitted, they'll simply drop it in this folder. So what it means is that it is a simple drop and then refresh Power BI and everything will update. So that is an interesting solution right there. If you need something like that for your business or for a company, connect with me. This is a perfect workflow. You have a lot of people will be submitting observations to you. Once all of them are dropped into the folder, they are going to just append to the query in Power Query. That's pretty much it. So let's go to Power Query and have a look at how everything looks. So I just transform the data. Let's go to Power Query. And as you can see, this is not the usual look of queries whenever we work with Power Query, but just because this one is loading from a folder. Okay, so these are other queries together with usually whenever you are loading from folder, you would combine and transform, and so it will be showing you the the other queries that are being loaded. Like this one is one of the query or one of the files and everything. So Power Query does its own thing, but the most important thing is that you need to work with the appended query. So the queries that have been appended, you're gonna see it right in here. And the first column will tell you the source name. So the source name, you can see this is the first report, this is the second report, this is the third report, this is the fourth report. So it goes on and on and on. You get it? And then we created basically some dimension tables that we're going to use to do a filter where necessary. Okay, let me just close the query and let's head over to the dashboard. All right, so this is the dashboard, and as I did mention, I'm going to be changing this one. So here is supposed to be, it was there as overall, trust me, it was there as overall score, because overall score for the observer 1, overall score for observer 2. So it was like this kind of donut chart that were here, but we did a meeting and then he said no, he wants count of observation for each person, and that's pretty much it. So I just go to the title of the query and I'll say observer 1 observation submitted, or submitted observation, or observation submitted or something, right? So let me just write it. Okay, observer 1's observations, right? So that sits right there, and then I'll change this onto and I'll call it observer. This one is observer 2. Let's have a look at it clearly. Okay, this one is observer 2, right? Yes, observer 2. So I'll just make it right there, observer 2 observations. Okay, yes, so I've really done that right now, and that's it. So that's pretty much what it is, like trying to develop a dashboard based on what the client needs. Okay, so these are all the measures we created. These are all the measures. And then we have, we go to the data model. That's the next step after data cleaning and data transformation. So as you can see, the data model is right here. Yes, so that's it, guys. If you need something similar, just connect with me and I can develop something similar for you. If you're also very good in Excel and you're a safety professional and you want to be part of my team, just connect with me. Because I have a lot of things I'm doing right now, and it's overwhelming. I want to focus on higher level stuff, but I need to create a risk management dashboard. I need to create another work plan dashboard, and I've promised all of them that I'll deliver this weekend. So right after this, I need to go back to work. So I just decided to do this quick video just to make up for the days I've not posted. Okay, so I'm going to see you guys in another video. Bye for now. Cheers.